When I was in 8th grade, I started having a lot of jaw pain, and it was every day. And I went to a normal dentist appointment and found out that there was something really wrong. We didn't know what it was at first. And from that point, we got sent from doctor to doctor to doctor, trying to figure out what was going on that was causing my pain.
We knew she had a serious problem, and we weren't finding answers. We even went ultimately national and went out of state for medical treatment, and over a 4-year period of time, went from doctor to doctor trying to find answers.
It got to be really scary for us and really stressful because we'd go to these people who were trained, supposed to be able to help me, and they couldn't and they wouldn't. And they could tell me that something was wrong, but they couldn't tell me what was wrong exactly.
Doctors would tell us that she had a problem, but didn't have a solution for us. Ultimately, we stopped counting at 26 doctors that we went to, or medical professionals of different types, and we quit counting the appointments at 38.
Eventually we found out that I had some pretty major bone loss in both of my jaw joints, and that something needed to be done to fix it because my bite wasn't hitting properly because of it. As a girl in junior high and high school, it was hard to be missing out. I was going to doctors instead of going to my friend's house. It got to the point where I couldn't eat normally. I couldn't eat pizza because it would slide straight through my teeth. I couldn't eat burgers with lettuce or tomatoes on them. When I went out to dinner, I wouldn't order steak. I wouldn't order pork chops. I would stick to pasta and salad and things that were easy for me, and it was really limiting when I was in pain constantly.
After going to all these different professionals, you learn a lot. You learn that confidence and trust is an important thing.
Our doctor in California actually was the one that recommended Dr. Cook because they needed an orthodontist that had the training to work with a case like mine.
In our area along the Wasatch Front, Dr. Cook was the only doctor who had the training and experience to help with my daughter's case.
When I first came into Dr. Cook's office, I was really impressed because he was so friendly and nice. And when you're seeing so many doctors, you start to get a feel for the vibe of a doctor. You start to feel when you can have confidence in someone and when you're not so sure. Being unsure about something that's such a big deal is very unsettling. So when I walked into Dr. Cook's office and had just this great feeling and great confidence in him, it was really good for me because I knew I could trust him.
We were confident in Dr. Cook. More importantly, my daughter was confident in Dr. Cook.
So when we first met with Dr. Cook, we started making a plan. He told us that yes, he could help us, and that alone was big news for us.
Watching your daughter struggle with basic things in life is hard. This is tough stuff, and finding someone who could help us, like Dr. Cook, like Dr. Egbert, was a blessing.
And the funny thing is that we don't live close to Dr. Cook. We traveled out to get his help because none of the orthodontists near me had the training or would even take my case.
Dr. Cook's follow-through was excellent. He would follow up with us and call us after Haley would be in for visits and give us an update and keep us informed of the progress, and even at times he would tell us no, we would have to go a different path or a different direction to get the job done. And we appreciate the fact that he had the courage to say no or yes, or this is what we're doing.
I had a complicated case and I needed a team of people to help me. They couldn't do it on their own. And the fact that Dr. Cook was willing and able to work together with my surgeon to get me the best results possible was perfect.
Working with Dr. Cook gave us a successful outcome to a serious case, and we're grateful for it.
When I first got done with surgery, I was pretty swollen, I was tied shut, but it came a few weeks later when they untied my teeth and I felt them touch for the first time in 4 years, my front teeth touched together. I cried in the office.
There were times when it didn't look like that was going to happen anytime soon. When we were all done, it was just like a miracle.
Looking back on this all, I would definitely recommend Dr. Cook to anyone who needed an orthodontist. He was willing to take that step to help me even when other doctors would not take my case. And going through such a huge process is something that I wouldn't want anyone else to have to do, and it can help narrow down your search.